Good day and welcome to another Micrographics vlog. We are an Autodesk partner and reseller. My name is Sean Bauer and I will be presenting this vlog today on the 28th of July 2025. I am an applications engineer and an Autodesk AECO technical consultant with Micrographics. And today's topic is sustainability with Autodesk Forma, adding the new AI extensions. If you find this vlog to be informative, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future vlogs. So as part of the introduction, first of all, welcome to this vlog. We will take a look at the power of Autodesk Forma. It is an incredible tool that transforms how we design sustainability from the very first sketch. Also taking a look at the AI enhancements. So why would we need Forma? What if you could predict a building's performance before placing your first wall? Forma gives you that power. It's your environmental crystal ball, if I can refer to Forma as such, letting you analyze the site conditions, the climate data and building orientation, shadows, sun exposure and more before Revit even opens. The way architects used to travel to the site and inspect the site and make use of drone imagery to assess the best way to utilize the site. Now we have Forma available from the comfort of your workspace to gather the data required for you to start planning your design. So to access your Forma, first thing is to log on to your Autodesk account on manage.autodesk.com. Under your products and services, you can search for Forma. If you have the AEC collection, you'll have access to Forma. You can then access Forma through your account. On your account, you have the option to find your hub. If you created a hub on the usserver.com, you would be navigated directly. If you did create your hub on the EU region, you can navigate to the EU region here. I have already opened it for you on a different tab, but just to show you, you can switch between regions. If you are invited to a project on other hubs, on a different hub, then you can navigate between the two hubs with this toggle at the top. On the homepage, you will find where you can create a new site, or you can try out a demo site to see a pre-populated sample that you can learn how Forma works. Here at the bottom, you will also find additional places you can hover and go to see how Forma works. Look at success stories from other companies, what they have done, how they have utilized Forma. If I navigate to my EU region, to my hub, here are some of my projects that I've created and additional hubs that I've joined that are on the same region. Also have your learning portals and then your own sites. But let's create a new site and a new project. Give it a project name. You can give access for any member to join your project, or you can make it by invite only. Here you can enter an address, a city name or area name, or the actual site coordinates. Alternatively, you can just navigate with scrolling and zooming in to find the place that you're looking for. Let's take a region around here somewhere. Maybe that's a bit too far in. Find a site, find your site. You can give it a site name. You can confirm your map when you've decided you have enough space. Maybe if I just make it slightly bigger, I have more spaces to utilize. You can also toggle on the terrain data if you would like to see the buildings. Once your site has been loaded, you get the opportunity to order data, to add additional information to your drawings. Here I can also see an introduction video that popped up to say how you would bring your model back to Revit and towards Forma. So the bidirectional sync, you can go through these introduction videos if you'd like to learn how to go between Forma and Revit. Here you can go and add additional information, decide whether you'd like this information or not, toggle on the satellite imagery to see what your structure, your space looks like. You can order additional data this way, and it will be saved to your library. You can go through these options to see which you would like to utilize. Once you're in your site, you have the option to do line buildings, basic buildings, 3D buildings based on a sketch, or predefined homes that you input additional data such as the amount of stories or levels, the height of each level, and those kind of alterations can be made dynamically. Then you can also import pads, so for raised or lowered surfaces with elevation, trees in area. Then you can define your site limit. So let's decide we would like to utilize this site as an example. Place your site. You have additional tools such as roads, railways. You can also use the new 3D sketch mode. And then here you will find that you can add additional extensions. On the Autodesk App Store, you will find some interesting new AI enhancements that are quite decent, that can generate 3D geometry on your behalf, such as 3D building designs. And the one here is Evolve Lab Veras from the Chaos Group. You can also add other ones if you like. These are the ones I will be showing today. Once you've added the extensions, you will find them here on the side. This is your library elements. You can import data such as a OBJ or FBX file format of your buildings if you designed it in a different software. Rhino, Revit, and so forth. You can bring in your geometry into Forma to place your buildings. Now that you know how to create your own site and how to get started, I have pre-populated one site so that I can show you how the two AI extensions work. So on my extensions tab, you will see I have a few zones that I created that I can make use of. And I pre-populated them with some examples just to show you what the end result would be, but also to show you how to place it from the get-go. So if you created your zone, which you find down here, create your site limit, not zone, draw your shape, go to the extensions tab, click on your Archi star. When you hover over any of the sites, it will show you in green. So let's take this site as an example. Select your design type, terraces, townhouse, apartment, however you would like. There are some templates for 3 stories, 5 stories, 9 stories, or 25-story buildings. You can use some of the templates there. So if I, for example, select that example, here you can add additional information. So you can give additional things such as what is the maximum amount of storage you would like. Let's say 20. The building's name will be apartment. You can give it a name. You can then go make changes to the defaults here. Let's say we want a few studio apartments. Let's say 10. 2-bedroom units can be 40 of them, and the 4-bedroom units maybe 10 as well. You can make changes to the area square meterage per unit. You can add additional provision for parking or visitor parking spaces. Your site building limits, offsets. Add your site building offsets, and then you can add advanced things such as the floor height. So let's say you decide you want to have a different floor height based on floor to floor, and add additional parameters as you see fit. Then you can generate a design. Different sets options will be, design sets will be displayed. You will see with regards to your input what the match was towards what you have input. Here is, for example, a strong match. And then you can go look at the design layout. You can determine how much open space there is, sunlight, the amount of ventilation required, how many dwelling units will be available, the total ground floor area, and so forth. So let's say this looks like a good match design wise. I can utilize this front part as a park, one down there as well. Or you can go and decide to fully space more and more. So let's just take an example, and you select your design set, the proposal, and it will place your example. If you are happy with it, you can set it there. Then through the Chaos group, you can log into your Vera's account. Once you've logged in, you have the ability to add presets to your design for rendering purposes. So you'll find that there are a few options here. And you can decide what is your design style that you're going for. And it will generate a rendered image for you of your building. You have additional functionality. I'm on the trial version. If you did purchase the subscription, you have additional functions such as importing images or updating images, not just using the presets, but your own images that you would like your rendering to be based on. And then you will be able to navigate from there. So I will take this building as just an example and then render my image to generate a 3D image. So the rendering time, you'll see it tells you there in seconds how long it takes approximately to render. You are able to save your render, and then we can view it. And you have some design iterations with regards to what was placed on your site, depending on the site limit that you selected. And you can do some quick renderings just to give an overview of what can be expected. And with regards to the sustainability and the analyses that you can run, you have your area metrics. You can do a sun hour analysis, daylight potential, wind, microclimate, so the comfort levels, for moving, noise analysis, solar energy analysis, how much solar power can be generated if you input solar panels on the facades or on the roofs or flat surfaces, then embodied carbon analysis and shadow studies, and then there are additional analyses that you can add by extension. If we take a look at the sun hours, for example, select the time of year. So today is July the 28th, and then you can run that analysis. You can select the buildings, the zones which you want. Let's do that one back there, and we'll run analysis on it. Once your sun hours is completed, you can say see analysis results, or you can click on the compare to go see what it looks like, and it will navigate you to your site to show how much sun exposure you will have on your site. So this is the one we selected. Then you have the inspect tool, and you can go see how many hours of sun certain areas of the building will receive with regards to the orientation and the placement of your building or your structures. And it will highlight it there, and also amount of hours by day according to a color chart. Then if you decide, all right, I might have to make a few adjustments towards my site, this one as an example, here you can go and make quick variations to different types of buildings. With a quick click, you can have different layouts for your design. Make changes to the amount of stories perhaps, height per level, and rerun your analyses until you are happy with your design iterations. So thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us here at Micrographics. I hope you found this vlog to be informative. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and don't forget to like and hit that notification bell for future vlogs. Thank you again, and goodbye.